Hi, I'm Steve from the Stone Crafting Workshop. Welcome. A while ago I made this, which is a miniature blast cabinet. If you didn't see the previous video, you probably need to watch it. To be used with the Parkside Sandblast gun. I wanted to make that Sandblast gun usable inside a workshop, specifically for small craft projects. The original had a kind of jerry-rigged thing inside which didn't work well at all, so I've modified that and I've built a new version which actually works really well, and this is it. You've all gone, is that an improvement? Well, it is an improvement. It's a vast improvement. It works really well, and just to prove it, I'll show you a couple of things that I made using my new improved version. Engraved Siamese cat, engraved pony. I made those using my modification and it was really easy and great fun. So keep watching and I'll show you how I put this together and how it works. Right, I've disassembled this contraption, for want of a better word, so you can see a bit better how it's put together. First of all, I got a length of metal. This is an old straight edge ruler that has passed its sell by date, and I bent up the end and I drilled 2 holes in the end to bolt through 2 holes in the cap, so it fits like that. And then I drilled a series of holes about every ½ inch up the length of it. I then cut a piece of wood, that's a bit of 2x4, something like that, and I cut it to a size where it fits actually into the body of the tube. I marked the top, I marked the centre where it lines up with the hole, and on the other side I've got a plastic cap. It's just a plastic cap off of a jar of some sort, and I can change that and swap it for smaller caps if I need to. The block fits onto the bracket with a single screw through the bottom, and you can move it up and down by ½ inch increments. I've marked where the end of the nozzle is, so the nozzle comes through about there. So I then know how far from that nozzle I've got the block positioned for each type of job I'm doing, and that's worked really well. I can work out and adjust it quite easily, and that's it. Really simple to do and up to my usual standard of making things. So I'm going to put it back together and I'll show you how it actually works. Right, I've bolted the bracket back onto the lid. First thing you need to realise is that there's actually 2 sides to this block. There's a flat face and there's the plastic cap. Let's use the flat face first, and I use the flat face for blasting flat things. And the thing I'm going to have a go at this time is this really nice piece of agate, and I'm going to try and blast this. It's an ivy leaf on it. I've cut these out on my plotter to save time for this demonstration. So this is a vinyl mask, and I'm simply going to tape this onto the face of this block, try to get the image as centered to that cross as I can. And I'm going to use something really sophisticated here. It's duct tape. I'm going to duct tape this onto the wooden block. That's probably enough, but belt and braces me. And what matters is how far the face of this piece you're blasting is from the nozzle. I reckon you want it between 3 and 3.5 inches. And so I'm going to put this on accordingly, and when I've done that, I'm going to put it back in the machine and blast it. Right, I've got the agate mounted on the wooden block, and the wooden block screwed to the to the metal bracket. I've got the face of the agate, it's actually about 2 3/4 inches from the nozzle head. So let's put that in. I've got my airline on at 6.4 bars, which is the recommended pressure for this. I've got my blast media in here, and I've got it turned on. There's a flow control at the top here, and I don't turn it on very much. Just put my face mask on. I still wear a face mask even though this doesn't appear to leach any dust. I think it needs a little bit more. Agate is a really tricky subject to blast. It's incredibly hard. And even with my professional gear, I sometimes struggle. But this has actually done it. Oh wow, that's pretty. There we are. That is really pretty. I deliberately placed it to avoid this nice crystal section, but that is really pretty. Gosh, it took a bit of doing. When I was doing this, I was testing on granite, and it was nowhere near as hard as this, but that is really nice, and that's quite a deep engraving on that. Oh, I'm really pleased with that. So let's go on now, and I'll show you how to use the other side. Right, so that was a great success on the pink agate, which is a flat. So that side I use for flat material, flat things I want to blast. Now we get to the bit that I'm quite proud of, really. the plastic jar cap. And what I want to do with that is to be able to blast pebbles like this, polished pebbles. I've just got myself a rock tumbler, so I'm fully expecting a huge supply of polished pebbles that I can make things out of. But it's very difficult holding them in any medium that I know of. So this is a pebble. As you can see, it's quite a chunky pebble. It's polished, and I've put the mask on, and again I've done the same thing as before. I've cut this out on my plotter, but in another video I'll tell you how to do it differently, do it so you can do it. And I just want to be able to mount this pebble in position so that I can blast it. And I'm just using ordinary plasticine down either side to hold it in position. And I'm also going to use a bit of duct tape. Thank heavens for duct tape. The thing that matters is how far away the surface is from the blast nozzle. I'm slightly concerned at what I'm doing here because this pebble is very curved and the vinyl is not sticking to it as well as I would like. It may be I'm going a bit too far here, but let's find out. What's the worst that can happen? Another failure. that's it. Another project with the Mark II mini blast cabinet. It worked very well. It worked really well, and I'm super pleased with the way it functions now. I think I said earlier in the video, although you may not have heard me because the microphone failed halfway through. I'm really sorry about that. But I've just acquired a rock tumbler, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the results of that and using the polished pebbles that I pick up off the beach for crafty projects. So I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope it's of use to some of you. If you do use this idea, please let me know how you get on in the information box below, because I'd love to find out. If not, if you simply enjoyed watching it, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more crafty projects in stone, please subscribe. But thank you again for watching, and see you again soon.